Hi everyone, my name is Sammy and I'm a classical Pilates teacher. Today's workout is going to be a beginner reformer workout. This is perfect for instructors that are teaching a level 1 class that they need to fill in some space, or for anyone that's a beginner. So let's go ahead and start. Sit onto your carriage. Go ahead and lie all the way down onto your back and bring your feet up to the foot bar. I got on a fancy way. You can get on whichever safe way you feel comfortable. Footwork on your toes, heels together, toes apart. Press it out. So you're in your Pilates stance or your Pilates V. Out, resist back in. Try to keep the carriage moving without rushing. Out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3. Out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3. There's 10 of these. Everything in the footwork series is 10 times. Really press your arms down, draw the abs in and up, and then go to your arches. Legs are together parallel. Think like a bird on a perch, so you're wrapping the balls of your feet over and the heels under. Really try to stretch the springs to the back of the reformer as much as you can. Reach long, open the front of the hip as you press back, resist in. Make sure you're breathing. And then go to your heels. So now you're going to pull the toes back towards your calves, press it out and come back in. Out, 2, 3, in, 2, 3. Inhale, exhale. Keep breathing, keep moving. We're just getting warmed up. And then go onto your toes in your Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. You're going to lower those heels and lift those heels. And lower the heels and lift the heels. Try not to drop the heels. Think about lifting the arch of the foot up as you lower the heels. You can always try and play with your rhythm here and do 1 count down, 3 counts up, or 3 counts down, 1 count up. You're just never dropping. Go ahead and bend the knees, come all the way in and lower your foot bar. If you can lower it with your feet, do so. Grab your handles, setting up for your 100, knees into your chest. Lift your head, straighten your arms and legs to your working level and start pumping the arms. You inhale 5 pumps and you exhale 5 pumps. I'm cupping my feet here to really work my arches. You can do whatever is best for you. I am together parallel. Feel free to turn out into your Pilates stance if you find that that engages more muscles for you. Keep drawing the stomach in and breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Big breaths, you're going to 100. You inhale 5 pumps, you exhale 5 pumps. Keep moving, keep breathing. Look at your belly buttons, pause, and maybe you beat the heels, maybe you come all the way back down. Just if you want a little bit more. And then you can bend your knees into your chest, bend your elbows, and lower your head. All right, moving on, you'll take both handles into one hand, rock up, swing your legs to the side. If you can keep your feet in the air, great. You're taking off 2 springs and you're lying all the way back down. Handles in your hands, knees into your chest. You can cross one ankle over the other to help hold your knees in if you need to. You're really using that lower stomach to pull the knees towards your chest as you press your arms down to the carriage and back up. Think about reaching up to the ceiling first and then down to the carriage and coming back up. You're going to reach up to the ceiling, to the wall in front of you, all the way down. Nice long, long arms. Reach all the way from your back versus just hyperextending your elbow if possible. Keep using your lower stomach to pull those knees in towards your chest. And breathing. If you had a cross of the legs, switch the cross, and now circles. Out, down, lift. Pull the ribs in. Exhale as you reach down and come back up. So open those arms, stomach in, exhale, reach and back up. Keep trying to pull those ribs down to the mat. Let them sink down as you move the arms. Still breathing. Exhale down. Inhale up. Good. Keep moving. Trying to stay connected. Reverse. Exhale, reach long down, circle out and up on your inhale. Exhale, keep the ribs in. Inhale up. Exhale, reach long down. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Keep it moving. Find the lower stomach muscles. Pull the knees into the chest more, as much as you need to turn on those lower stomach muscles. Elbows down. Tricep press. You press your arms down to the mat and you come back. Press. You're still letting those abdominals sink down, those ribs sink down to the mat, and then pulled up just a little bit. Good. Keep moving. Press and resist. You're still breathing. Natural breath. Press and come back. Press and come back. Excellent. The tighter you keep the whole body, your legs, your ankles, the better. All right, you're gonna go into the short loops. So the leather strap goes through the handle if you know how to do that. Otherwise, you might have your straps with one long, one short, and you're just gonna put your feet into the short loops. You're trying to bring your feet to the short loops versus the loops to your feet as best you can. The loops go on your arches and you come all the way down. Going into some different frogs and circles and stuff, you're gonna bring your feet together in a prayer position, really push the feet together, engage those outer hip muscles, and then you press up only as far out to the diagonal, only as far as you can without the backs of the feet coming apart. So you want the entire foot to stay together. And you want to stay really engaged. So coming back home when the carriage kind of closes a little bit and your legs come back to you is not a time to relax. It's a time for you to really find the resistance within your body. The springs give you resistance to go out and you have to resist them to come in. Otherwise, you lose half of your workout. Now you're going to hold out and you're going to just rotate parallel. The knees come together and the feet go all the way parallel, and then you go back. So it's wherever you stopped that diamond shape when the whole foot was together. Your knees are not going to straighten and bend now. You're holding the carriage really still and just working that internal and external rotation through the hip. And now you're going to bend, press out, rotate in, rotate out. So you're putting it all together. Press it out, rotate in, keep the carriage still, rotate out, and now you come back. Press it out. Carriage holds still, you rotate, and you come back. Very nice. The abs are still pulled in and up the whole time. Everything's tight, everything's engaged. Really press those feet together. Hug through those inner thighs, rotate, find those outer hip muscles, come all the way in. You're gonna go a little bit bigger now. So we kept it nice and small. Now bring those legs all the way in and then come back out. When I say all the way in, that's as far as you can without letting your butt roll off of the carriage. So you're still keeping that tailbone down. Our hips are just a little warmer now. Okay, leg circles. Legs go up, out, and around. And you're trying to do this without moving your pelvis. Open, exhale to go down, inhale to come up. Open, exhale, down. You want to keep that pelvis still. You can put a diamond shape on your pelvis and check out if your hands are rocking and rolling, which means your pelvis is moving. Notice how I'm cupping my feet. My angle in the front and in the back is nice and long, which allows me to work more three-dimensionally through the backs of my legs and body and through the fronts of my legs as well. Now you're going to reverse, exhale, legs together, down, circle, out, and up. If possible, try to keep your kneecaps facing the back wall so you're staying parallel. The reason you're exhaling as you get more distal on the way down is because it's easy to lose the stomach and the legs will drop too low. So I'm not going very low. My straps are touching the tops of my shoulder blocks and then I'm circling around and up. Now hold it at the diagonal. Cup those feet, open and close. So now you're really working on creating resistance here. Imagine you're pressing your legs open through a big vat of peanut butter and you're closing them through a big vat of peanut butter. So it's very thick and you're just gonna try and create that resistance within your body, which is really important. This is how you work 10 times harder with the same exercise. Now you're gonna rotate heels together, toes apart, and do the same thing. So you're gonna open in a turnout and close, hug through those inner thighs, And when those heels touch, you are hugging those heels together really firm. Open through that big vat of peanut butter, close through that big vat of peanut butter. And then go ahead and bend your knees. You're in heels together, toes apart. Now you're going into regular frogs. So you're gonna bend, you're trying to get those ankles in line with your knees when you come in, as close to that as possible, because that's automatically gonna help keep your pelvis down. If your ankles drop, if your heels drop to your bum, then you're probably gonna end up lifting your pelvis or losing your lower stomach. And if your feet lift way too high, same thing. All right, carefully take those off of your feet. Make sure that that handle's not gonna slip off and hit you in the head, and dump those straps into the well. Rock up and step off to the side. You're gonna set up your box. Grab your box and put it long ways for long box. Headrest will go down, straps on the pegs so they're ready, and you're going to one spring only, one heavy spring. Side note, my equipment is very classical. It only has 4 heavy springs, all the same. So whenever I say 1, 2, 3, or 4 springs, it's your heaviest. So you're sitting on the box with the feet on your headrest, and you're wearing your handles like a bracelet and walking your hands up as far as you can to start with that carriage loaded. Pull straps, reach down to pull those arms back, sit up tall. Down and back and lift your chest, and reach back forward. Pull back, lift the chest, and come back. Inhale, down to pull back. Really find your back muscles, because this is a back exercise. Now get more slack for your T-pull, arms out to the side. Reach your knuckles, the flat part of your knuckles, to the walls, and open the chest. Your arms can be at a low V also if this is too much. Reach, pull back, and resist back forwards. So think about bringing those shoulder blades towards each other and then spreading the shoulder blades into the armpits to come back forward. Now you're going to hold on to the short loop, so I'm bringing my leather straps through my handles. And you're sitting up nice and tall, and palms face you, and you're just going to pull those elbows back and bring them back forwards. Pull back, pull the stomach in and up, and come back forwards. And again, try to sit up nice and straight right on those sits bones. Now you're going to pull back with those elbows going wide, and you're pulling your wrist to your shoulder. The flat part of your knuckle is still facing forwards. Pull back and round the spine. So your knuckles face forward, you pull into your sternum, elbows go wide and high. My handles are together, my hands are touching this time. This is the beginning of rowing. Pull back, chin to the chest, pull round your spine, and then sit up tall. Pull into the sternum, round your spine, and sit up nice and tall. Keep going, pull it in, and then lift, finding 2 different shapes of the spine. Now place one hand on your knee. I have my left hand, and I'm going to pull my right elbow back and try not to twist the shoulders. This is quite challenging to stay very, very square. Pull back and forward, so your shoulders stay facing forwards, your whole body, nothing's twisting. Pull back, lift tall, abs in and up. And now you'll twist with it. So you're gonna pull back that right arm, twist to the right, look to your right shoulder, and then untwist and come back. Pull, twist, lift your spine, and come back. Pull, twist, and come back. Make sure you're not holding your breath. This is natural breathing, but if you need something, you can inhale, pull back, exhale, come forward, other side. Starting without the twist, right hand on your knee, left elbow pulls back, you sit up taller. As you pull back, you're only going as far as you can without letting that side of the body twist. Pull back, lift tall, and come back forwards. Now you twist. Reach forward, pull back, twist, look to your back elbow, and come forwards. Twist and untwist. This is a great series for elderly clients. It's more comfortable sitting on the box. It's great for anybody, really, not just elderly. Now, elbows up 90 degrees, hinge back a little bit, and bicep curl. You want your elbows up in line with your shoulders, like you are sitting them on a shelf, not dropping down. You can have a ball behind your lower back for support should you need it. Lengthen out. Find your arms connected into your back as much as possible. Tighten up that lower back before you start moving your arms and keep it engaged. Option to hinge back with it. Again, this is a prep for 90 degrees rowing. Arms go up and you hinge back. Bicep curl, lift those elbows still, hinge back and come back up. Lift the elbows, go back and come back up, and reach your arms down by your sides. You're gonna dive your head to your forehead and swing your arms up to the ceiling. This is another part of the 90 degrees rowing. Chin digs to your chest, you roll forward and work those triceps and swing your arms up to the ceiling as you go down. Find that timing. Lift and come back. Sit up tall every time. Make sure you find that position. Excellent. All right, you're going to set those handles on the pegs. Make sure your carriage is all the way closed. And step off to the side. So I'm staying on one spring. I'm putting the foot bar up. And this is going to be a more supported way to do teasers. I'm sitting towards the middle or a little bit forward on the box, palms face up. You're going to reach the arms up and dig the chin to the chest. And this is working towards that teaser. And then you're going to sit all the way up. Now your legs are there to help you a little bit should you need, but ideally you want your stomach and your arms to reach up and not use your legs as much as possible. I'm going to scooch a little more forward now, make it a little more challenging so I can pull a little bit back more and keep my feet connected. Chin to the chest, reach up, find that scoop. Now maybe hold here. Maybe you lift one leg up. I'm keeping it slightly bent to help keep the pelvis in a stronger position. I'm just doing one leg up and down to start, and that could be plenty for you. 3 on each leg. Have a little bend in your elbows. Keep trying to really draw the stomach in to lift the leg instead of the hip flexor taking over. And then come all the way back up and go back again. Option to do one leg at a time, or maybe you lift both up. Try really hard to lift the legs from that lower stomach. If you need to, dig your chin more high up into your chest. The more you dig it into your chest and backwards, the more you'll find those lower abdominals. Option to leave the legs up and hold, or maybe you lower and lift those arms. Totally optional. And then you're going to come all the way down and get rid of the handles. Bring both handles one hand, carefully step off to the side and dump the handles into the well, and then put the foot bar down. I'm adding a spring for stability and going into short box. I put the box horizontally over the shoulder blocks, but not over the little pegs so that it stays put. Grab my dowel or pole, and then I sit and put my foot in, and then the other foot goes into the strap, setting up for short box. Now give yourself a hug, wrap one arm around the waist and one around the rib, chin to your chest, roll back, open the front of the hip and come back up. So you want to really push through your heels and try not to let your butt slide under you. And come back up. Make sure that you're not slouching here. You're still going back long, but rounding through your ribs. See how those hips are open? You go back as far as you can keep the shape and come back up. Keep breathing through every exercise. Even if I don't cue you, just naturally breathe. Grab your pole, lift your arms up, straight back. Gaze at the tip of your nose the whole time. You're lifting up to go back, but drawing the lower stomach in and coming back up. Inhale, lift, exhale, back. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, up and back. Less is more sometimes. Now reach over to the side. Notice how I'm leaning slightly into the wind, and you're not. As I'm stretching to the right, my right arm, see how it's still lengthening that side? The underside of your body needs to lengthen. You're not sinking. You're going to row your boat, lift up, fold in half, bring that bar all the way to your toes. Drag it up the body, elbows go back behind you, lift up taller, fold in half, lengthen, and then drag it all the way up. If you see, I did edit out that I grabbed the sticky pad to sit on. These pants are really slick, so if you are sliding, you do want a sticky pad underneath you. Sit up nice and tall, arms up, draw the stomach in, twist in your ribs only, and then back center. So if you have a foot that moves and your feet are no longer even in that strap, it means your hip pulled back. I'm showing that here. You really want to just wring out your waistline. So just those ribs, and you're not going to have as much range of motion as you might think you should have, but you are working on isolating that body part, very important. Twist and back center. Lift tall as you twist, inhale, and back center. Put the pull into your legs, tree. So you reposition, you take the right leg out, you grab underneath your thigh, sit up tall. To limber, you lift the ankle and bend it. Notice how I'm sitting up tall. It doesn't matter how straight the leg goes, it matters how tall you sit. Hold the leg straight, walk your hands forward as much as you can, and then rock back. That foot goes up to the ceiling, and then you come back forward as one solid unit. When you go back, you really want to keep your pelvis still and anchor that left thigh down, the back of that left leg down on that box, and reach it the heel long. You don't want that foot to slide with you. Don't let that foot go. Keep it there. It saves your life. Now you'll plant your tree and walk down and walk up if you feel safe and comfortable, and then you'll come back forwards. Nice big stretch, rounded spine. And then come all the way up, cross the ankle over the knee. This is more about opening the lower back. So you're going to press your hands into the back of the box and pull forward and try to pull that lower stomach in to open the lower back. All right, other leg. So make sure you put your right leg in the strap before you take your left out. Sit up tall. You are moving the leg here to challenge the spine. Sit up taller and taller and taller 3 times. Hold it straight, walk your hands forward. Dive your forehead towards your knee. Pull through that stomach. Keep lifting the chest a little bit so you're not slouching. Flexed foot, take it back. That foot plants onto the ceiling and you come back up. Really push through that heel as you go back. It's okay if you lose a little tension as you come up and get that tension on the way back, but my foot is not sliding in that strap. Very important. And again, take it back. Plant that foot on the ceiling. That's your tree trunk. That's why it's called tree. Walk down your tree, pull the stomach in deeper, walk up your tree, use your stomach, walk, 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 walk. Come forward, pull back through your stomach as you push the heel forward on that left side. Find that oppositional pull, and then cross the ankle over the thigh. Press your hands into the back of the box and round forwards. And come all the way up. Now put the left foot in before you take the next foot out, setting up for side sit-ups. You're going to rotate to the side and put your hand on the headrest. My knee is in line with my hip and the strap is taut and I'm really hooked into it. Hand behind the head, you lower down and you lift. So the hand is on the headrest to help you, but you try not to rely on it too much because eventually you want the hand behind your head. Of course, if you feel comfortable, you can do this all with the hand behind your head. Notice as I come up, I'm not getting slack in the strap. My hips are staying even and I'm moving the top part of my body. Now forearm goes on the headrest and you reach and stretch. As you stretch over with your arms, push your heel towards the foot bar. Twist, take one hand each side of the wooden frame, push back through your foot all the way back and then reach long out of your hip to really stretch your body in 2 directions. This feels really delicious, I promise. Now walk your hands back all the way up, turn to face front. To take a counter stretch, you keep your foot in the strap, you bend both knees a little bit, wrap your left arm around your waist and reach up and over to the other side. Now switch your feet. Before you take the other one out, you have to put the right foot in, otherwise you're going fishing for your strap. Same position. Notice how I'm on my hip, not sitting on both butt cheeks. The knee is in line with the hip, hand on the headrest. Other hand behind the head. You go over into the well and up. You're trying to lift the underside of your body and make a rainbow as you go into the well and lengthen that top hip. See, I'm showing you here not to hike that top hip up towards your armpit, but to lengthen it to your heel. Over and up. Lift the underside of your body to go over and up. Now forearm goes down on the headrest, and you're going to reach over, stretch, and really push the heel to the foot bar so that you are stretching in 2 directions. Breathe. One hand each side of the wooden frame. Walk your hands forwards. Now push through the heel and reach long out of your waist. Yummy, yummy. Just breathe. Usually stay a little longer on one side because it needs it more. Now walk yourself up carefully. Take your counter stretch, keep your foot in the strap, bend your knees a bit, and wrap your right arm over your waist and stretch over to the other side. Good, come on up, carefully step off. You're gonna get rid of your box, your sticky pad if you had one, and your pole. Headrest will go up. Foot bar goes up. 4 springs go on. So I had 2 for stability for short box, and now I added 2. I'm getting on the same way I did in the beginning, nice and controlled. Feet go on. About 1 fist distance between your toes or all the way together. Totally up to you. Long arms, and you're running. So you're gonna press out, bend one knee, let the other heel go down. You can make that diamond shape on your pelvis. You're trying not to wiggle your hips at all here. So your butt cheeks stay planted firmly, and then you're moving from within that hip socket, but one hip should not hike up. Here I'm showing you rocking and all of that. Of course, move. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I just want you to know what your goal is. So take your time, lift the heels up, then bend and lower. Lift and bend, lift and bend, lift and bend. Really pushing through both feet the whole time. So make sure you're not relaxing when you bend that knee. That foot still has to be working. Press your triceps down. Now hold one heel down, let it stretch. If you want more, hook the other foot under the foot bar and pull the heel down a little bit more. Be careful with yourself. Other side, hook and pull. Make sure you're not slipping. Both toes on, lift the heels, lift the knees up to come all the way in. Pelvic lift, arches go to the outsides of the foot bar, slightly turned out. Bird on a perch, so wrap the toes and heels. Lift the pelvis a couple inches off, and then try to open up that pelvis and tailbone so your diamond shape is neutral. So even though your butt is lifted a little bit, you still want to pull the butt to the heels so that you're not compressing anything. Lift your chest as well so that nothing is compressed in the front or back of the body. You want equal length on both sides of your body. Really wrap the feet, press out, and come back in like you're pulling yourself in through a vat of peanut butter. Pull it in. You can always try this on less springs. It makes it a little harder. With less springs, you have to pull yourself in and a lot more. So just be careful when you take off springs, but it's a good challenge. Come on up, step off to the side. You, my friends, are all done. Don't forget to leave any questions in the comment sections below, and I'll see you next time for something that has to do with Pilates. Bye, guys.